4-card spread. That said, 4-card spread, if you haven't seen us before, we also say, shame on you.
Shame on you.
Glad you're here this month.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
First card?
First card is the overall overview of the month, the tone, the energy of the month of July for you Pisces.
Second card
is the challenge, that obstacle, that thing that you need to overcome.
Third card would be the unexpected.
Go ahead.
Unexpected, I'm sorry, honey.
No.
Which is, you know, obvious, kind of self-explanatory.
Self-explanatory.
And then the last card would be the end of the month, sort of, you know, how things, you know, it sort of ties all the other cards together.
It ties all the other cards together. It isn't necessarily only about the end of the month, though it could be, but it's something that's a major event of some sort or a major happening that is highlighted.
Yeah, and it sort of, it leads us into the next month.
And it leads us into the next month.
And we will give you a little wrap-up.
So I'm going to even take more chances here. And I'm going to separate.
Oh my.
Like
Miss Pisces over here.
I'm
She's
taking
doing a little like last minute intuitive shuffling. Last minute intuitive shuffling. Look what comes up. Okay, first card. The Star.
Reversed.
Reversed. Always a good card even in the reverse.
Oh,
the
yes.
Star is a major arcana card.
It almost can't be reversed. They say there's a few cards that find reversals almost impossible because they're so good.
Yeah.
But still,
this card can be a card of hope.
Hope,
faith,
love, faith,
wish.
Right.
It's the wish card. So it could be a delay in getting what you desire. However, the way I see it, this is a little more pop culture, and the way I always sort of interpret this card is it's the selfie card, okay?
Okay.
So, you know, to me it's like, hey, I like to take a selfie. I look great in my selfie. I don't look great in my selfie. This is like, I don't look so great in my selfie. I'm not feeling so popular. I'm not feeling as celebrated as I'd like to feel. And maybe you're used to being a star. And maybe this is like a little bit less this month. You're not feeling as bright and shiny. And, you know, maybe you know, the fame posse isn't there for you when you need it.
Right.
But that's just one interpretation of the card.
Okay. Well, for me, again, the card is another goddess card. And this goddess has to do with the uniting of the spiritual with the material. That is via, you see the water? Water has to do with the emotional connection between the spiritual and the material. And since it's reversed, it means that you're having a harder time bringing together the practical aspects of your life and uniting it with what your soul is driving towards. You see, your soul is moving in one particular direction, wants one thing, but your life is reflected by a lot of practical concerns and needs and obligations. And so the two aren't uniting completely yet. So they're at odds.
I'm liking that because of the reflection.
Because of the reflection, right. So one isn't reflecting the other.
Right.
So your material world isn't completely reflective of
how you feel
inside. But that's normal for a Pisces.
Yeah.
Really, because we always live in an idyllic world, spiritually, imaginatively, emotionally, and our real life, that practical day-to-day world we live in, demands certain certain behaviors from us that aren't in concert with that ideal.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I was just thinking maybe the stars just aren't aligning this month on a more mundane level, you know? Could be the stars aren't aligning. Let's see what's next.
Another major arcana card. So this is our challenge.
But that wasn't last month.
I don't believe so.
The Fool, in the position of challenges. So it's like, wow, so you need to divest yourself of overhead so that you can go on an adventure.
Exactly.
And the adventure is connected to this star card.
So you need to become the star that you are.
Yes.
And so what it is that, you see, the Fool needs very little in order to move ahead on his journey. He divests himself of all the weight of the stuff of life, and he, in pure innocence, moves ahead, not worried about what will happen, how it will happen. He just knows that he's going to get there.
It's a great Pisces card.
It's a great
It's
Pisces
like Woodstock.
card.
It's like a Woodstock card. Your challenge is to go back to Woodstock.
Yes.
You know, it's just like experience things, just to experience them. It doesn't have to be a reason to experience them. Like, get back to that place where you just go out and have fun.
Right.
Just
You
for the
go
sake
out
of having
and have
fun.
Because apparently there's been a basket or some sort of thing over your light, or over your starlight.
Yeah.
That's what it's been.
It's this little light of mine.
That's right. So something has been dimming your starlight. And what your challenge is to go out and take a leap of faith, to just divest yourself of all that which you think you need.
Stop worrying about being a grown-up, almost.
Right.
Like, don't be afraid to look naive and childish and
Yes.
without
Foolish, which is what the Fool card is.
schooling.
Foolish.
Without schooling, even.
Oh, yes.
Just because you're not schooled in it doesn't mean that you can't do it.
Oh, no. Particularly for a Pisces, they are people who learn through osmosis almost.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Wow, I like this so far.
All right.
Okay, and for the third card we have...
Yay!
So the Hierophant, which...
Another major arcana card. So it is a major month. We've got 3 major arcana cards in a row.
Right, and we've talked about, this is Pisces.
Right, this is
This is
Pisces.
the Hierophant. This is the Pope. He is wearing
A fish hat.
the sign of Pisces.
The sign of Pisces.
Which is really super cool when you think about it, because the Pope is Catholic.
The Pope is Catholic.
And Pisces is astrology.
How did that happen?
I don't know. Ava, tell us all about it. Ava, tell us a bedtime story.
Plagiarism. That's how it happened. They borrow signs, symbols amongst themselves. Astrology, tarot, the Kabbalah, and Christianity, Islam, Judaism. They all borrow from one
It's
another.
called adaptation.
Right. And so they then claim it for themselves.
Why not? If I were an
Yes.
alien coming to this planet, I would take all the gods and claim them for myself.
That's right.
Wouldn't you?
So don't believe it, because the symbols belong to every man. They're everyone's
And every woman.
and every woman, because these symbols, like all symbols, are representative of other more complex ideas
And systems.
and so the fish, you know, it's interesting, just had a thought, that Isis was the Queen of Heaven,
Yes.
right? And can you imagine living in a world where all men and women thought of themselves as living in the womb of Isis?
Oh, that's lovely.
Because the heavens, all of that which you were in, was within the goddess.
That's right.
So you were living inside of the womb of the goddess.
Ooh.
And
I like
protected. And everywhere you went, you were protected and at one with her.
That's beautiful.
So
And she was also, in the beginning, her name was Taruth,
Taruth,
which is tarot.
which is tarot, which is why the tarot is probably, in my opinion, the most direct connection you can have to your spiritual being.
The goddess.
The goddess. It's
The scripture of the
tool.
goddess.
So let's go on. So the Hierophant.
The Hierophant. Well, let's talk about that. And we did speak of symbology with Pisces, because it is appropriate to the reading, because we are reading for Pisces.
right.
And the Hierophant does wear the sign of the fish.
The fish hat.
Also wanted to say, sometimes when you're driving down the road, notice the car in front of you may have the sign of the fish, which represents Christianity,
Right.
which is really the age of Pisces.
Which is the age of Pisces, astrology.
Yes.
So,
it's all around us.
It is, and so...
And it is in the cards.
And it is in the cards. So what this is that unexpectedly, you have to adapt to some sort of traditional system of knowledge, of even spiritual knowledge perhaps, or just an institution of some sort. You have to adapt to a set of rules and regulations, which is hard for a Pisces to do, like it is for an Aquarian. And
yeah, we did have a similar reading for Aquarius last month.
Right.
This feels like the Aquarius reading for last month. Watch that.
So look at this. So the Fool, which is the free spirit.
Yeah, breath of fresh air.
The breath of fresh air of the card meets the regulator.
Yes.
The what did
it's funny, regulator. That's a funny way of saying it. It is.
He's the
because in scuba I just went scuba diving. You have a regulator.
Yes, that which
keeps things coming and going.
Yeah.
Things going in and out.
Yeah, the measurer.
Yeah.
Everything is measured.
At an acceptable pace.
Right.
At an acceptable level.
Right.
And of what's digestible.
And the modern religions are regulators. So they regulate for you what spirit is. So, but the tarot doesn't have regulations.
No.
So what you're going to encounter is some sort of regulation. And the need for your free spirit to conform to the prescriptions of that regulation. Right?
Okay, next.
I don't like it.
We don't like to be regulated. We're deregulated here at Virtual Tarot.
And at the end.
Oh boy. Interesting reading. What
Holy
in
smokes.
the world? Okay, I'm going to tell you what I think it means.
Okay, well, go ahead.
You ready?
Oh, well, tell me what the card is.
All right, first of all, it's the Five of Wands, which is the kids in the backseat of the car not being on the same page. So, you know, it's like, Mommy pinched me, make him move over, he stinks, you know, that sort of thing. It's sort of like this sort of underwhelming frustration. And
petty disagreements.
Yeah, it's petty. So it looks to me like the whole month overall, like there's this sense of needing to keep your star under the radar. Now, why are we keeping our star under the radar? Because it causes us to be at odds with others. And it's not really, this is probably not the month to like really put it out there. And it's funny because I see Pisces really putting it out there, which is why I bring that up. And, you know, the end of the month, there's just like this sort of not being on the same page with other people who are maybe younger people even. But these are people who have, I don't know, they're not on the same page with you and you're trying to work with them and it's just a little bit frustrating. But overall, that's just at the end of the month because this is minor arcana. What this says to me is that you're going to have to learn how to work within a larger system, which may not, I mean, you may not be used to doing it, it's unexpected, something pops up, which creates a need to sort of find a way to fit into this larger, more traditional system. So it could be a lot of things. It could be as simple as, you know, having to redo some paperwork, even having to, you know, because this is also the card of marriage, become, you know, official in some way. Make something official.
Exactly.
I guess is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So it's about...
Take it away.
Yes.
Take it away.
So at the end of the month, well, the Five of Wands, these people have wands in their arms, and they look like they're doing battle. But you see, the wands don't actually touch each other. So there isn't really any harm done. It's just chaos. It's sort of chaotic, but there's no harm done. It's a team effort of some sort, and it's preceded by the Hierophant. So something that lives within the more traditional realms suddenly appears as a prospect for you, and that leads you to having to work within that system with perhaps some of the ideas or some of the people within that system. And obviously you're going to have to try to coordinate disparate ideas, disparate intentions. You know, everyone is, they want to work together, but because they're different from one another, and that you as a Pisces being different from their mindset, you need to then bring them all into a harmonic whole.
Right. But I like that. What is interesting is that is what it's going to take to turn this around, because you really can't become the star of the show until you can get on the same page with these folks. And also, something has to become official. You have to bring something to sort of an official level, which is like as your challenge.
And yet, at the same time, be free-spirited. So that's your challenge, that within the context of this regimented environment, you have to be a free spirit.
Or it could be that you are a free spirit, and that is your challenge. Because as the fool, which I love, the fool is very wise.
Oh, yes.
But you know, you really you want to sort of stay away from things that create overhead.
Right.
So the Hierophant would create something official, which would create overhead for you. But it seems as if that's necessary to have a little bit of overhead in order to hit this, you know, hit the star, you know, get to the place that you need to be.
And the Fool is zero. Zero meaning it's pure potential. So it hasn't formed yet. So you have to stay in the realm of pure potential. Don't make any prescribed formulas for this. Stay at zero. Stay completely neutral and in pure potential.
Right. Yeah. Well, and also it could mean that, you know, your challenge is to let go of the zero. It's the challenge. It could be. I don't know. Here we're disagreeing.
All right.
On an outcome, which is not. We don't usually do that. No. But I think that this could mean you might have to give up. The challenge is to take on a little overhead this month in order to turn this card around. Which I already turned it around, but it's really upside down.
Right.
Yeah.
So yes. So the teamwork at the end. There's teamwork. There's something to do with bringing other people into your fold, and to try to work with them harmonically.
Yeah.
But you may be able to do it.
Yeah, like sing together even.
Sing together, yes.
Right.
Dance together.
Dance together.
It's a dance together that you have to achieve in order to create something beautiful.
Right, okay. And it's sort of a very youthful thing too, because it's kind of starting out. Because 5 would be youth.
Yes.
0 is youth.
It is.
So it's a very...
And 5 is also, the Hierophant is a 5.
Yeah.
So 2 5s.
Yeah. 2 5s. So if you want to know about that Hierophant, which I think I would.
Yes.
Because what is this official thing that you need to do unexpectedly, or that's going to come up unexpectedly, which is going to turn that star around?
Yeah, hopefully turn your star around. But there's the star is just about a bit of a delay in it. So you're trying very hard to become the star of your life, but you're having to hide your light for a little while longer.
Yeah. As
things unfold in front of you.
So if you want to know more about the Hierophant, please go to virtualtarot.wordpress.com, because we would love to meet you. And when we do a reading for you, we get to know you, which is really nice.
Yeah, and we appreciate all your readings. The readings that have already come in is what I meant to say. And I want to thank you very much. And for us, the readings are very spiritual as well. I see, when I read, the magic of life unfolding, because I can see someone else's life, their dilemma, the solution to their dilemma, the therapy that the cards suggest. And I am at awe when I do readings for people I've never met, whom I only know by their name and their question. So it is quite an extraordinary experience for me and for you, hopefully.
So it's easy to get a reading. Go to the site, virtualtarot.wordpress.com. You will see purchase a reading, click on that button, pay for your reading, make the donation, and then after that, email us at avatrudy@yahoo.com with your question. It'll pop up on our little cell phones, and we're like, oh, it's the bat phone. It's the bat phone.
It's the bat phone.
So, and then, you know, we get right to it. We craft the readings. It takes a little bit of time.
It does. We take our time during the process of reading, so because we know that every reading is absolutely crucial to the person for whom the reading is being given. Bye-bye. August? Oh, good Lord.
August.
Yes.
Put it on your head.
Oh.
See? We can balance them on our heads.
Yes.
Not really. Can you?
I can.
Oh my gosh, you can tell she's a yoga master.
I'm a yoga.
I can't.